All right, so we're gonna continue batch number 5. Okay, tricoter, to knit, tricoter, tromper, tromper, to deceive, to cheat, tromper, tourner, to turn, tourner, to turn, tousser, to cough, tousser, tracer, to trace, to draw. Okay, once more. Tricoter, to knit, tricoter, tromper, to deceive, to cheat, tromper, tromper, tourner, to turn, tousser, to cough, tracer, to trace. All right, and once we finish these ones, we're gonna be working with the second group. Okay, so bear with me and keep practicing, because that's how you're gonna memorize, and that's how you're gonna master the language. Okay, transporter, to transport, transporter, to transport, traverser, to cross, trembler, to tremble. Okay, I got rid of 61 because it's in a different group, so I'll be working those later. Trunquer, to truncate, truncate, truncate. So some of the translations to English, you probably noticed that it's not like a current or a high frequency verb or word that you would use in English. But remember, this is French, and in French you have to say it that way. So that's why you're looking at truncate, truncate, like stopping someone from the possibility of achieving something. Truncate, truncate. Tuer, to kill. Tuer, to kill. Unifier, to unify. Unifier, to unify. Uriner, to urinate. Okay. Uriner, uriner. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that one again. Let's do it one more time. Encore une fois. Transporter, to transport. Traverser, to cross. Trembler, to tremble. Tronquer, to truncate. Tuer, to kill. Unifier, pardon, unifier. So I was a mixing between English and French. Unifier, to unify. And I'm sure it's gonna happen to you, but don't you worry, okay? You just like pretend nothing happened and you just keep going, because that's the way it works. All right, once more. Transporter, traverser, trembler, tronquer, tuer, unifier. And now we have uriner, to urinate, user, to wear out, to use, utiliser, to use, vacciner, to vaccinate, vaccinate, to vaccinate. And you have to accept the fact that it is like English, right? It's just that you have to pronounce it a little bit different, but it does look like English. Well, but guess what? It also looked like Spanish. That's amazing, right? Okay, let's continue. Vaccinate, to vaccinate. Validate, to validate. Vante, to boast. Boast. Varier, to vary. Varier, varier. Okay, one more time. Uriner, user, utiliser, vacciner, valider, vanter, varier. Once more. Uriner, user, utiliser, vacciner, valider, vanter, varier. Okay, now we have veiller, to stay awake, right? Because re, if we add the prefix re, then we get réveiller, to wake up. Réveiller. Veiller means stay awake, right? Do not fall asleep. And then if we just add re, Then it becomes réveiller. That means that you didn't stay awake, okay? Veiller, réveiller. Veiller, stay awake, to watch over. Venger, to avenge. Venger, to avenge. Vérifier, to verify. Verser, to pour. Visiter, to visit. Viser, to aim. Visualiser, to visualize. Okay, once more. Veiller, to stay awake. Venger, to avenge. Vérifier, to verify. Verser, to pour. Visiter, to visit. Viser, to aim. Visualiser, to visualize. Okay, once more. Veiller, venger, vérifier, verser, visiter, viser, visualiser. Okay. Now, some of the verbs, I have to put them back again just to review, like voler, to fly, to steal, voler, to fly, to steal. All right. Voter, to vote, voter, voyager, to travel. Zapper means to zap, to skip, like with the channels, with the TV. Zapper, zapper, like, next, skip it, zapper. Okay, zigzagger, to zigzag, like in English. Okay, once more, voler, to fly, to steal. Voter, to vote. Voyager, to travel. Zapper, to zap, to skip channels. Zigzagger, to zigzag. Okay, once more. Voler, voter, voyager, zapper, zigzagger. Okay, let's do the next one. All right. Zone. Zone, it's like, staying in a zone or an area, doing nothing, just hanging around. So to loiter, right? Hang around, to loiter. Loitering, not necessarily soliciting, but loiter, right? Hang around. Zone. Zone. Zoomer, to zoom in, zoom. Abaisser, to lower. Abaisser, abîmer, to damage. Aborder, to approach, to tackle. Abriter, to shelter. Abriter, to shelter. And now, a lot of these verbs, you're going to use them also as nouns. You'll see later, because everything is related, right? Okay, once more. Zone, zoomer. Okay, zone, to loiter, to hang around. Zoomer, to zoom in. Abaisser, to lower. Abîmer, to damage. Aborder, to approach, to tackle. Abriter, to shelter. All right, once more, French only. Zone, zone. Zoomer. Abaisser. Abîmer. Aborder. Abriter. Okay, abroger, to repeal. Absorber, to absorb. Accelerate, to accelerate. Accepter, to accept. Acclamer, comme moi, like me. Just kidding. Acclamer, to cheer, to claim. Yeah, okay. All right, once more. Abroger, to repeal. Absorber, to absorb. Accelerate, to accelerate. Accepter, to accept. Acclamer, to cheer, to acclaim. Once more, French only. Excusez-moi. Abroger, absorber, accélérer, accepter, acclamer. Accompagner, to accompany, accompagner. Accompagner, to accompany. Accorder, to grant, to tune, to be in agreement. All right, accorder. Accoster, to dock, to approach someone. Now, accoster, for English speaking people, just learn that it means to dock. And dock means to be close to someone, approaching someone. In Spanish, it makes a lot of sense, but in French, it's probably a little bit different. Okay, accompagner, accorder, accoster, accompagner, accorder, accoster, accompagner, accorder, to grant, to tune, accoster, to dock, to approach someone. Already, okay, continue to practice, and good luck, bon chance, bon chance.